welcome to today's episode where we are going to be talking to you about what is duathlon.
Duathlon is a multi-sport event like triathlon. However, unlike triathlon, it has a bike run format, so it replaces the swim, so you don't need to even think about getting wet. In most countries, duathlon is run by the same governing body as triathlon, so that is a good place to get started if you're looking at getting into duathlons.
So, who is duathlon for? With duathlon being a very accessible sport, you will often find quite a few different people there. You'll find runners who are taking up cycling, you'll find cyclists who have a bit of strength in running, and you will also find people from the world of triathlon who use it as outdoor training.
The main type of entry into a duathlon is solo, so that means the duathlete will be doing all elements of the race, the first run, the bike, and the second run.
However, you are a person who is stronger in one discipline compared to the other, then you may want to enter it like a relay, just as we do. So this means that you can opt for one runner, one cyclist and a different runner, or like us, you can have one person doing all the run legs and one person doing all the cycling legs.
Now another entry type is the team duathlon. Now team duathlon runs like a solo in the fact that each of the members of the team compete in a run-bike run. However, they all do it together, so on the bike they're allowed to draft each other like a team time trial you might see in professional cycling. The third finisher, or the second, depending on how many are in the team, counts for the overall time of the team.
The last entry that we're going to talk about is the team relay. This is where each member of the team would complete a run-bike run before passing the baton or the timing chip on to the next person in the team. This continues on until the final member of the team has completed their final run. Normally, teams can consist of about 2 to 4 people.
Though not strictly its own type of duathlon, many long-distance duathlons are known and run under the Powerman brand.
Most of you out there will have heard of an Ironman. Well, the duathlon version of this is the Powerman, which usually consists of a 10km run followed by a 150km cycle, and then usually finishing on a 30km run at the end. So some of the events that we attend are draft legal and some of them are draft illegal. Chris, can you give us a bit more insight on this?
Yeah, so this comes into play on the bike leg. Drafting is when you sit behind another cyclist taking advantage of the wind they're pushing out the way for you. In a duathlon, they try to have it that no matter where you are in the field, you can't take advantage of this benefit. Draft illegal, what means you have to sit at least 10 metres behind another cyclist on the track unless you're overtaking, and you must complete that overtake within a specified time. The marshals and commissaires will explain that to you on the day, and usually the distance you must sit behind another duathlete is between 10 and 12 metres depending on the distance you're doing.
So where can you go and find some of these races? Well, if you go and jump online and head to Google, then you can type in to try and find some. You can go and jump onto websites such as Find a Race, where you can search for ones local to where you are, or you can look at your Triathlon Federation, which for the UK is going to be British Tri. Now, whenever you go to those websites, you're going to find duathlons up and down the country, and a lot of them will be local, some of them you may need to travel to, but there's going to be such a wide variety of types of duathlon you can do. There's something for everyone. So let's have a look at the basic kit list. Chris, as a cyclist, what would you need to take part in a duathlon?
Well, as a cyclist, I'd probably rattle off all the stuff I think you might need. However, the regulations say that you only need a helmet and a fully functioning bicycle. What about from the runner's perspective?
So, from the runner's perspective, you need to make sure you've got a pair of shoes that you're going to be comfortable in, especially as you're going to be running, potentially stopping if you're doing it as a relay, and then going back out again. You also want to make sure you've got some decent clothes, dependent on the weather, and that's about it, really.
So as we said at the beginning of this video, duathlons are often used by triathletes as part of their training. That's because duathlon doesn't tend to run all year round. They come in 2 major blocks throughout the season, one in spring and one in autumn, with some run into winter.
Well, we hope that's given you a bit more insight into just what duathlon is all about. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of upcoming videos.